I gotta put this B7A4 into service position. Service position is whenever I take this core support and I unbolt it and I give myself just a little bit of room right here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is well, I popped off this cover already. I'm gonna take off this grommet right here on the edge. Just gonna peel it back. We got a couple Phillips right here, so I got a wishbone tool. Phillips is on this side, and we're just gonna take these two screws out. After you get those two screws out, this lifts out right here. So you just need to pull it up, and then you can slide this out. Notice the snow screen fell out and it needs cleaned. It's extremely dirty. Next step would be taking the Torx part of my tool and coming down here in the fender liner and loosening up these right here. This one here, this one here. You gotta bend that fender liner back around that lip. We'll show you what's going on. There's a couple 10mm bolts right here, and on the other side we gotta get out. This one does have an underbelly pan, even though it's all messed up and missing hardware, like most of them these days that are 15+ years old. Don't even have to be that old. I've seen people lose and miss hardware on these things when they're brand new, so it's one of my pet peeves. But when you pull this fender liner back, we're gonna find a couple more Torx. We're gonna get this one right here and this one right here. Ultimately, the goal is we need to remove this bumper. So we'll get these first, and then we'll get these 10mm up here. It's gonna be easier to turn the steering wheel and move this wheel in to gain access to it when we get to those 10mm. We could probably gain more access by turning the wheel for even all this stuff. Let's see here, right here. So this one, and then there's one more. Then we got to do the other side. With those two inside screws out, we should be able to very carefully and very gently pull this out. Now, if you do have this underbody panel, you will have to at least take these front screws out because they're going to be attached to the front bumper. This one has only one screw in the front. You could take the whole body panel or underbody panel off if you wanted, and there's probably only a couple more screws, but I'm just going to take the front bolt out. Like I said, there's 10mm up here, so you're not going to be able to pull this thing all the way off. You got to take this fender well right here, and you got to get your thumb behind it, and you got to peel it back behind this ridge. That's probably enough right there, and like I said, that's why it's so difficult to get in here. It's going to be easier if you turn this wheel to the left. Then you'll have some room. Now, look at all the room for activities that we've got. We can peel this back and look inside here, and our 10mm are straight back if I can get the glare out and focus. Okay, so basically they're right there. There's two white studs with the 10mm nuts. Let me pull the camera back. You can see it's directly on the side of that fender, right where that seam matches. So you gotta get a long extension, and preferably a medium well or deep well 10mm. You're gonna wanna make sure that you're long enough to get all the way back there. As you can see, I'm just barely long enough. So I'm gonna stick it back in here and get another shot. Gear drop. It's a special nut, so you don't want to lose it. It's down here in the bumper. I'll get it in a second. Let's grab the other one. Now you see that's separated. We still need to do a couple more things. We got bolts on the top, and we do have a couple bolts that we can get to through here before we get too far. Down here in our intercooler dam, we have a triple square hiding up there, and we can sneak those out. In this particular case, it's a 10 triple square. So we're gonna put it up in here. And then this is a long bolt, so you have to come up here and pull it down. And just so you know, this window washer bottle goes down there, so it's a little bit more difficult to access these 10 millimeters, but it's the exact same as the other side, just less room to work with. Now that we got all that, we have some T30s on the top. That one's already broken, so we're just going to get these two off on the side. We're gonna have to be really careful because we're only one person here, and this is a big floppy bumper, and there's studs right here, so we don't want these studs to come out and scratch this paint. So I would suggest some people to just go ahead and put some masking tape on the paint so there's no chance of scratching, but I've done this enough to where I know. See, because you can pull that out and then those sharp studs are right there. Just a little slip. And it's bye-bye bonus. No bonus, no paycheck, no nothing. You're fired. Alright, so I should have just taken these screws out because they're blockading me. Sitting here wasting all my time. Alright. See that? Just pull it right back. Now I'm going to put my foot underneath here, and I'm just going to kind of roll it down. Sticking right here. There we go. See, it was sticking on that right there. So as we roll it down, you'll notice that we have a connector here, a couple of them, and we're just gonna unclip it right here. See, the wire's not stressed. And we're just gonna get underneath that tab and then pull the connector off of it. It didn't work the way I wanted it to, so now I gotta hold the back of the wires here and pull the connector out. They can be tough because they've never been apart. Maybe, I don't know if this car has been in service position yet or not. If it was an older car, it would have a water hose, a hose for the window washer fluid up in here into the water jets, but this one did not use that. So now we're just going to carefully pull this back. I'm going to go ahead and remove this all together, so we're going to unclip the horn connector on both sides. See, that one's giving me trouble. Giving me some serious trouble. Now, let's see if this pulls out. I might have to get a pry bar behind there and put it inside here and pull it straight out. Okay. Now, Now we're only concerned with getting these 3 around the edge. That 10mm right here actually helps us. It holds this part right here to the plastic core. So put these in here and grab your impact and blow these things out. All the way around. Is the same bolt that came from right here. So we're just going to take that bolt out and we're going to put it right in the bottom, and we're going to screw it in a few turns, just enough to where it'll stay in there. And you'll see why in a second. So we'll finish taking this out. See how it dropped down just a hair? That one's done. Off to these top bolts. And since I've pinned it, I don't really have to worry too much. Now, it should move just enough to achieve our task. And that task is to install new electric cooling fans. As you can see, I already chopped the wires off the module and did testings. I put 12 volts to the motors directly, and both of those motors will not spin. Like I said, it's been a while since I've worked on these B7s. You got a couple more T30s in the side here. So just zip those out real quick, and then you should get the clearance you need. Same on the other side. Now let's see how much it pulls away. Just gonna grab it right here and just give it a gentle tug all the way across. And that's gonna give us enough room to sneak these fans straight out. You see all this extra room for activities? We can change the timing belt and stuff if we want. Right now, we just gotta put some cooling fans in this junker.